How's it going, guys? Welcome back. And this is a different type of episode. This will be the first episode of the self-development slash faith pillars. So I'm excited. This topic has been on my mind for a little while now, and so it's only right that we talk about it today. I will be telling you a story of my life and how I used to think, how I used to act that was low-key unhealthy, and I know that there's other people out there that act this way and think this way. So I'm here to shed a little bit of light on what helped me get past it. So stick around, it's gonna be a good one. All right, so I'm just going to get right into it, man, the story. It was, I don't know when it started. I was young, and what I'm going to be talking about, the topic, is I am low-key a people pleaser, or at least I grew up that way. And I say that, and what I mean by that, I guess, is I really don't want to make anybody upset. I want everybody to be happy. I want everybody to get along. I want everything to be good. And I've always been like that. And it was to a point where I'd say junior high, 7th, 8th, and 9th grade was the major years, I'd say I had this mindset, right? And basically, and this is the selfish root of it, I had this weird desire that I wanted everybody to think of me, and like when they thought of me, I wanted it to be a good thought, if that makes sense. I basically didn't want anybody to think bad of me. When people thought of me, I wanted them to be like, oh yeah, Luke, always come to Luke, or Luke's a good guy. I had this mindset that I was so focused on that I really needed other people to have a positive view of me, if that makes sense. And at the time, 7th, 8th, 9th grade, I wasn't super wise, obviously. So as any middle schooler, young high schooler, there was some friend drama. There was girlfriends, best friends, yada yada. There was some drama, and one of my here's where I get more into an actual story. One of my old best friends, at the time, we had a little, I wouldn't say argument, but there was just some drama between other friends and a girlfriend, yada yada. And basically, I was nervous that her view on me was going to be ruined, I guess, or she wasn't going to think of me as a friend or a good person. And I was so worried about it that I literally remember texting her and asking her, and it's kind of cringe and it's kind of crazy to think about, but I remember texting her, hey, if I were to die tomorrow, what would your memory be of me? And I wasn't saying I was going to die. I was just asking what would her memory be of me, make sure that I was still good, that her memory would be good of me. You know what I'm saying? And looking back on it, this mindset was very selfish in my opinion. The fact that I wanted everyone to look at me and think so good. Basically, I needed others' validation. I wouldn't even call it validation. I don't know. I just wanted to make sure my reputation was good. I think that's the word I've been looking for, reputation. And anyways, long story short, the junior high school years, it was pretty impossible, I learned, to satisfy everybody, to make everybody happy, to have everything go smoothly to where no one got hurt feelings or my reputation took a little hit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking anything bad. It's not like I was doing drugs. I'm just saying, for my reputation of being a perfect person. But that's literally the standard, though, is I was trying to be perfect for everybody. And it was very exhausting. It was super exhausting. And it like I said, it was just impossible. And so the point is, I know that there's other people like that out there. And if that resonated with you at all, if you relate to that at all, here's what helped me. I was reminded about this story, a true story. This is a true story of this guy that is literally perfect. He was perfect. And He did no wrong. He did right by everybody. He was perfect. And although he was perfect, although he did no wrong, people hated him, people called him names, people abused him, and people killed him. Even though he was perfect, even though he did nothing wrong, people thought he was a liar, people thought he was, name it. And you might know where I'm going with this. But who I was reminded about was Jesus. And the fact that he lived a perfect life. I have not even close to lived a perfect life. And I was expecting my reputation to be perfect with everybody. I wanted all my friends to know that, or to like me, or to be good with me, and I wanted to be perfect for everybody. And when I wasn't, it took a hit on my mental health low key. I mean, I was never depressed or anything, but I don't like to be dramatic, but it affected me. And so when I got reminded about that there was a perfect guy, there was a perfect human that walked this earth, and yet people hated him, yet people thought he was a liar, blasphemer, people called him names, people spit on him, had a terrible view of him, and killed him. That it really just helped fix my perspective on what it means to have a good reputation. You know what I mean? Jesus has the perfect reputation, and he look what happened to him. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that is honestly has really helped me just fix that mindset of, man, you just can't control what people think of you. You can do your best. You can be who you want to be. Treat people how you want to be treated. Love your neighbor and love your enemies. But at the end of the day, if they don't have the best view of your reputation, what can you do? You're not perfect, and there was a perfect man who still had haters. So keep that in mind. I'll wrap this up. That was just a quick story, and I hope if anybody related, I hope it helps. That's the goal here. Sharing, like I said, I'm always going to preface these episodes with I'm not wise and I'm not an expert. I just like to share with what I've been through, share my opinions on things, on certain subjects of self-development, whatever it might be. And obviously this episode kind of correlated into self-development and faith, because I felt like it was a self-development subject, but it included Jesus, which honestly I feel like they go hand in hand most of the time anyway. All right, I'll shut up. I appreciate you guys. Until next time, shout out to Jesus, baby.